Have you ever used Grindr, Allie?
Yeah, I have.
I'm too scared to use Grindr.
Oh, wait, okay. I want to hear about that.
Well, I feel like they'd like come after me with like pitchforks on Grindr because I'm just like not giving boy. No, I feel like it's kind of scary.
Yeah,
Isn't
totally.
It kind of
It's
scary
very
place?
like
I don't
hard
know.
body boy.
But also, like I know trans women who use Grindr.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like it's maybe not my place, which is like maybe a weird thing.
Oh, interesting.
But maybe I just need to get over that. I've like been too scared to get down with it. I just feel like, yeah, my idea is that it's just like not for me.
Yeah.
It's like for the boys. I mean, I think I've seen friends use it and I don't have that much of a desire to use it.
Yeah.
But then I complain that there's like no lesbian Grindr.
Well,
and it's like, I do wish there was a lesbian Grindr.
yeah, that is so interesting. I mean, we got into this a little bit with Jess, but the difference between Lex and Grindr, and I'm just like, both are like so toxic and wrong.
Lex is a mess. It's like, I don't want to know your whole life story on this app. It's so chaotic.
Yeah, I don't know what makes it bad. Because I remember when I very first heard about it, I was like, that's awesome. I was like, yes, bring back personals culture. But every time I've gone on, it's like, I really feel like I'm hanging out with like really young people. I don't know if it's like that in your area. It's all people being like, I just want to make out. And it feels very like middle school to me for some reason.
It's like, I want to fuck. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? But you know what I mean? Like, what are we here for? Like, what are we talking about?
What's going on? Yes.
Where I'm at currently, like dating apps are just like not great. I mean, I'm in like a not super, like a major metropolitan city, but like not like a major one. And I will say Lex was like back home in the Bay Area is good for finding housing.
Oh,
I feel like I saw a lot of ads for like roommates. Like, do you want a roommate? Da, 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 da. And it's like, okay, that seems useful for that.
Yeah.
But what have your experiences like on Grindr been like?
Yeah, I've only used Grindr a few times and I've only met like super binary trans guys on it. So it's never really been like this kind of like dream. It feels like you're very much playing like a boy's game. Yeah. All the guys that I've met on there are pretty boy. Even down to like the like Christian Anderson like underwear. Like I'm like, you're like gay boy, you know, like cosplay or whatever. Even if they end up not being like that. But yeah, I don't know. What would the perfect dating in my mind, the most ideal situation for a dating app is you're in a major city that isn't your home. That's when like dating apps are like amazing. You feel so hot. Everyone is brand new to you on there. You're like, I'm matching nonstop. Like, who are all these amazing people in Atlanta? Exactly. Like, it's just like
totally. Yeah. I did that once when I was in Chicago and it was very fun. And then I was like a little sad because I got back and like, you know, I guess like there's not like the immediacy that you think there is. Like I was there for 3 days and it's like, okay, people don't check their app. Like people check their app like in a couple of weeks. And so I was getting all these messages like a couple of weeks later, like, hey, da, da, da. And I'm like, wow, this is really sad. But I feel like I have to be an ad for Field. I think Field attracts the right kind of people. Like it's a good pool for me where it's like, okay, open-minded, open to kink. But then I had a friend who like was using Field in like the really early days. And, you know, as things like become more popular, they become like a little less like hardcore. And I think it really used to be like a kink app. Like it was like for picking people up, like da da da. And so like my friend just like went on like a date thinking that it was just like a date and the person like wanted to like fuck in the park. Like she was like, oh, cute little date. Like, and so I feel like now it's maybe like kind of come into the mainstream a little bit more. And it seems like fun. But I'm just like, all of these apps fucking suck. I can't do Hinge. Hinge is so like, this is a game of 20 questions. Like, what is this? Like, I'm not going to do, like, I can't do it. It asks you so many questions to sign up for it. It's crazy.
Oh
I can't do that.
Yes.
So I don't know what my ideal app is. It's kind of like a fun question though. Like, you know, like what would be like what's the best queer dating app?
I really don't know. But I do think it's about like the culture that you're in.
No, I have something so crazy to say that I actually maybe don't think it should be in the podcast. But like dating apps is when I'm like, okay, I'm obviously joking. Like we should bring like segregation back. Like I'm just like, I I just want to be, because the thing is, I'm on field and I'm spending like 20 hours swiping through a bunch of white people. And it's like, I just want like black queer. Maybe a little less extreme version of that is like, I just want a black queer dating app.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe that's what I should say.
Deeply fair.
Like, I'm just like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to like swipe through all of these people. So I kind of just like want my own little space. But I think like, OkCupid allows you to select by race, but that's obviously like gets like so dangerous so fast, I think.
Yes.
But it would be nice just to like you said, like kind of have maybe these little like pockets, because like everybody's vibe is a little different.
Yeah,
you know?
Totally. Wait, someone was just talking to me about OkCupid that they were like using today. Like I was just like,
it's very trans.
Oh,
it's very trans.
I had no idea.
OkCupid's really trans.
What is OkCupid's thing? You're like pen pals or something?
You like write letters by hand. I don't even know.
Checks to each other because it's for like 55-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like the most basic one. And I think they kind of know that they like the queers have really gotten into it and they've been kind of playing that up. I feel like there's OkCupid ads like in the subway and stuff.
Oh, wait. Oh, that must be it. It was like a really stunning and very trans dating app ad campaign in the subway when I was visiting, and I was like, wait,
I think that's probably OkCupid. I think they've kind of learned. I think they have like a good number of settings to like identify yourself, and like they do let you like narrow down. So like maybe honestly, wait, is it just OkCupid? It's like, should OkCupid? Let's bring OkCupid back. I mean, I guess people already are, but we should.
We should do an ad break for OkCupid and just hope that they pick us.
Exactly.
Am I even queer?
I think I want to take testosterone. I mean, I'm wearing men's underwear right now.
Is that a boy? Is that a girl?
Man, woman, cisgender, transgender, like we're born into language.
Butch, femme, T-girl,
Decolonized.
queer, trans, BIPOC,
neurodivergent,
cisgender, heteropatriarchal, capitalist, girl boss.
Queer femme, lipstick every day.
T for T, like fag boy relationship. Butch.
boyish, and like sprightly.
the softer, more fey.
Oh, but you're so feminine. You're so feminine.
Attraction to a hot T-boy.
I used sexuality to try to understand my gender.
What does it look like for non-binary people to quote-unquote transition?
I was a boy. If I was looking down at the memory, I was a boy.
It's really difficult to look at gender identity head on.
Wait, I think I'm trans.
Hi, I'm Jess, and I'm a stand-up comic.
Hi, Jess.
Amazing. What pronouns do you use?
My God. Okay, I know that...
Deep sigh.
I know that that is not supposed to be a loaded question, and that you're actually just doing your, like, basic introductory due diligence for your gender-based podcast. But I've been feeling like that's so loaded lately.
Ooh.
Well, tell us about it. Like, what's been feeling loaded?
I guess they or he, I guess. I've been going by they pronouns for like more than 10 years is kind of my lore. And then more recently, just with medically transitioning and like doing testosterone and stuff, like people started calling me he. I was like, that's perfectly fine. I've been really feeling like my true pronoun is the gay she.
Yeah,
but you can't tell people that.
That's so
you can't tell
real.
people that because they don't understand. So I feel complicated because I'm like publicly, I feel like they is good. And kind of privately, I'm sort of like, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't care. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. I don't know. Like, why are you putting this on me?
You pick.
The gay she is so funny. It's like your pronouns are Mary.
The gay she is hilarious. I went to Fire Island for the first time a couple years ago. I don't know if you know this. On Fire Island, basically, like, everybody gets referred to as she.
No.
I didn't know that.
So, like, everybody is girls. Like, your whole house full of gay guys is, like, the girls. They're like, where are those girls? Where are the girls going tonight? I had this funny incident where I was at a party at my house, this other guy who lived in my house was like talking about me to someone else within my earshot. And I hear him go like, oh yeah, she lives here too. And my like instinct kicked in and I like stepped in front of him and was like, no, actually, like my pronouns are they, them, and they're like on the introductory sheet. And he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then later on I was thinking about it and I was like, oh my God, he was just referring to me the same as everybody else.
No,
Like, he
totally.
wasn't-
Like maybe that was affirming.
No,
Like,
it was. And then
like,
he tried to apologize to me later. He came up to me and was like, I'm so sorry. I used the wrong pronouns for you. Like, I totally know about your pronouns. I remember from the sheet. And I was like, no, I was wrong. I'm sorry to you. And you actually have to keep doing exactly what you did.
Yeah, that's so interesting because it sounds like he like wasn't even like thinking.
No,
about
no,
it,
he
or
was
they weren't
right.
even
He
thinking
was-
about it. They were just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was
Girl,
doing the exact
she,
right
like-
thing. And I was the one who like drew
That's
attention
so
to my own
funny.
difference.
yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Whoa. But it is like visceral. As someone who also has like gone
Yeah.
non-binary, like has started transitioning, there was just such a chunk of time where I was trying so hard not to look she. And it was just like the world,
Right.
you know, was just kind of like she. And so it's still in there.
She is like the worst thing that could happen.
yeah,
to
which
you.
is fucked up.
Which is
It is kind of a messed up thing to
I
like train
mean-
yourself. Obviously, everybody should get referred to exactly how they want, but like it is a little messed up that we train ourselves to be like the worst thing you could ever see me as a woman.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. We've been talking about that a lot recently. I feel like it's come up, this idea of being transmasc means to be like hard and like the antithesis of everything like feminine. And like recently we've been talking about like, you know, what's a transmascness that's incredibly soft? Is it formed in opposition to things that are like feminine? We've been thinking about that a lot. Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm interested in the idea that like masculine equals hard, and then so the inherent kind of opposite of that is soft.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've been on this journey, especially with testosterone, where I'm actually learning to accept that I'm not masculine.
Tell me so much more.
Right.
Like, I had to transition my body and like change not even so much the way other people perceive me, but the way that I perceive myself, to accept, that I'm very feminine. I'm very effeminate. I always have been, but I like didn't feel like I could be that way before. I felt like I had to be doing this like subversive, different thing, which for me meant being masculine, I guess, or like trying to be masculine from a place where people were reading me as a woman. And now that I'm kind of at a base level with myself, I'm like, oh, like I was never like that, ever. And this is actually more comfortable for me. Like I've become much more feminine
Whoa.
since being on testosterone. It's been almost 4 years at this point.
Wow. That's so cool. It's almost like, yeah, you transitioned into being like a feminine guy
Yeah.
rather than like you were like masculine woman. No, like let's find something else. Like it's so strange
Mm-hmm.
how we find the exact balancing act that we're like going for, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
I think a big fear of mine before I started was that I would like become like a regular guy. Not that there's anything wrong with being a regular guy. It's perfectly great and beautiful to be a regular guy. But I had a fear of that for me.
But you're not like other guys.
I'm not like other guys. I'm
You're
not like other girls.
Exactly. Gender is not like other guys.
Yeah.
How do you feel like now you would maybe like describe your gender outside of these sort of like very Western binary terms? And then like part 2 of that question is like, what was your journey like over the past 4 years and like getting to that place, or past however many years? Because you said you identified as non-binary or use they them pronouns for 10 years.
How do I identify myself? Faggot.
Yes. We're pro F word
Yeah.
on this podcast, I think.
Okay,
I think
good.
like we just started kind of throwing
Actually,
that out there.
maybe I
You know,
should have been like-
there's controversy.
Can I say faggot? Can I say faggot on this podcast about
No.
gender?
Your instincts were correct, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's actually my identity and I can't be erased.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been really interesting because Okay, so like the sort of spark notes on me is that like I've been some kind of gay person for a really, really long time. I came out as like a lesbian when I was like 13. I did that for a really long time. I went to Smith College. Do you guys know Smith College?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I know all about Smith, baby.
I thought maybe you would. For anybody uninducted, Smith College is a women's college in Massachusetts that's very well known for its lesbian and queer population. A lot of gay shit goes down there. We got a lot of stuff earlier than like the rest of sort of the larger queer community did. Like they pronouns really came into vogue there in like 2010. So when I heard that, I was like, great, that's for me. That's what I'm going to do. And then I did that kind of being like a dyke adjacent they up until about 4 years ago when I started testosterone. I was in a relationship with a woman. And then about 2 years ago, that relationship ended. And then in the past 2 years, I've kind of been on this like total journey of rediscovery, which is just crazy because I spent like literally half my life thinking I knew like everything about myself. And it turns out I actually maybe didn't know anything at all.
That's awesome. So has it been very faggy? Is this the
It's been
change that you're
extremely
talking
faggy.
about?
It has. And like what's crazy about it is it fits me really well. And it fits me, I think, much better than like dykedom ever did. And I never knew that because I was like doing lesbianism from so young, and I was always choosing to be in those spaces and choosing to be around those people because that's what I knew. So I never knew any other alternative, really.
Oh, totally. Yeah. When you're choosing to like go out, do you see a world where like your type of like gay boy vibe fits with the kind of like lesbian spaces? Like, do you feel like that coexists in places that you go to?
Bold of you to assume that I go out and do fun things. Wow. Way to make
Fair.
a huge assumption about me.
Deeply fair, deeply fair, deeply fair. So the bookstores that you buy...
Right, that I frequent. Bold of you to assume I can read.
Right, exactly. Come on.
I know. This is the binary partier books. What about stoner who's at home?
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting because I think especially in dyke worlds, the line is getting really blurred these days. There's a lot of people who are dykes who identify as twinks or who identify as fags, are like doing a trans fag thing, or they're like a girl's gay boyfriend. That's like a thing. I've been like a lot of girls' gay boyfriends. But I think that that's actually pretty different from being a twink in a cis twink way.
Well, yeah, totally.
My running joke these days is that I'm a cisgender faggot. Fully cis. I went to Fire Island, I came back fully cis.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, what did you describe yourself as? Hold on, I have this in my notes. What is it like identifying as a horny cherub?
Well, it's distracting. It's distracting. There's a lot I have to get done. I don't know if, do you guys identify with this? Like, I feel like on testosterone, my body gained the need to, like, come is... First of all, it's like very acute, but it's also not necessarily like sexy or fun. It's like needing to pee or like needing to drink water. I'm just like, okay, this is the thing I have to do now. It's not that like, ooh, like cool. I'm like, like, fuck, I have a half-hour lunch break from my... What can I get done? Like,
I'm just imagining like kind of just like deep voice like,
yeah.
I gotta go come.
I gotta go come again. Like, it's annoying. Like, maybe there's other things I have to do.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like
That's so funny.
Talking to people, a lot of the dovetailing that I've seen has been that kind of like increased like quick sexual appetite with now being attractive in like the gay boy cis spaces, and that just kind of dovetailing in this way of, yeah, you just grinder.
Yeah. That is my life right now. That's what it's like
Really?
for that. Yes, is that I literally Grindr and like other apps like that are now just sort of other social media that I flip through.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes like Twitter, Instagram, Grindr. Like, it's crazy. And like, I forget that it's kind of not appropriate to be looking at in public. Because I just forget, like, and I don't, I'm a very, like, sexually open person. I don't care. I'm not scandalized by, like, naked pictures of people or anything. Like, I don't care about that. But I forget that, like, just because I don't care, that doesn't make it appropriate for me to be, like,
To just open on up.
out where other people can see it.
Do you know about sniffies?
Yes.
Because I just think that's funny. Because I only see it kind of with my more like faggy friends, and it's just like a map of holes.
Yes.
Like I find it funny that it's like map based. It's just like a map of holes.
I know. And I think it's interesting because it like really indicates, it's like, here is a culture of people who are so horny that they've completely done away with their own personal privacy and safety. Like, you can see where somebody lives. I am on there. My picture is very unidentifiable, I think, I hope. But some people I'm like, I know which one, or like if you cross-reference with Grindr, I'm like, I know which one you are, and now I know where you live.
Oh my god.
Damn.
You're so horny you've doxed yourself.
I mean,
Right.
it is exactly what it is.
Wow.
Sometimes I do crave a lesbian grinder or sniffies. I do sometimes crave it.
I think
Because,
people
like,
do.
Sometimes I do just want to
Yeah.
fuck. It's like we have Lex. Oh, Lex.
Oh my god, I just did a tweet about this. Sorry, content warning, I'm going to say my tweet out loud. I just did a tweet that was like, we're sick and tired of dating apps that are shallow and just based on how you look. Lesbians, we're going to do an app that's all text. Gay guys, we're going to do an app that's just dick and hole.
Yeah, exactly.
It really indicates, I do a lot of stand-up about this these days, but the cultural difference between gay men and lesbians is vast. And it's crazy for me to have spent like literally 17 years in like lesbian world and then try to do this thing that everyone thinks is like the same or like adjacent, and it's like completely different.
Do you have one you kind of prefer? Or like, I guess I'm wondering kind of like the pros and cons of each one now that you've experienced both. You know what I mean?
They're just utterly different. They're all, like, almost like not comparable. They like exist on two different planes in two different realities. Like time moves differently. Time moves completely differently.
It's like 4D.
Yes. It's crazy. We agree about this. Lesbian sex, 3 hours bare minimum.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right? Like that's just like how long you have to budget the whole night.
Yeah.
You just have to assume you can't go anywhere after. Okay, one time, this was a couple years ago, it was one of my first Grindr hookups. I went over to this guy's place, and I had somewhere to be afterwards, and I was like, oh, like, I'm not going to have enough time to go get boba before I have to go to my next thing, which was a huge priority for me. And then I was in and out of his house in 35 minutes.
Oh.
I checked, yeah. And I was like, oh, like, I can get my boba and take a leisurely stroll.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Before my next appointment.
That's so
And
funny.
it just
it's like lesbian hookup. There's dinner. There's fucking for 2 hours.
Processing.
You know, there's the debrief,
Yeah,
which is great.
the
There's the
debrief.
debrief. It's like you're looking at 4 hours. You're looking at 4 hours. You know?
I think in that space, if someone approached me with a 35-minute turnaround, I would feel shocked. In like lesbian spaces, I'm just like,
No,
yeah, it's a
it's
lot
not possible.
chiller,
It's not
you know?
possible.
Yes, totally. Oh, that's so
like, what would you
crazy.
do? 35 minutes, you're still on your first trauma
Yeah.
in that time. Like, we haven't done charts. We haven't done anything in 35 minutes.
Exactly.
We're still listening to Taylor Swift's re-release album. Like,
Oh
we don't...
my god, yeah. I
All
can
Too
tell.
Well is 10 minutes long. Like, we don't have enough time.
Yeah,
We don't have enough
definitely.
time. I didn't know. That was like how I learned that sex could happen within a half hour. That like never occurred to me. And now I do it a lot.
That's so
And that feels like fun.
No, it's fun.
Oh my god.
Okay, slay.
Okay, so I know that this is like a bulk of what your stand-up is about, but what are kind of like the beautiful takeaways from each world? Or I guess let's start with like new gay world. What kind of things do you feel like are well done?
Oh man, it's hard though because gays are so toxic. And I say this with love.
Yes.
And they would say it
No,
themselves.
it's
I learned it
true.
from them.
Yeah.
Okay, gays are fun.
Yeah.
Gays are fun and they love to have fun. Lesbians are not fun. That's just not what it is. That's just not what it is.
It's just
deep,
not about
it's-
fun.
It's serious, it's empathetic, it's like honorable, you know?
Totally.
But gays are like dumb and fun. And like, I love that, actually.
Totally.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just about like kind of the carnal pleasures, like dancing, fucking, and kissing. And like having a good time with your girls.
Yeah, definitely. Versus, yeah, totally. I would totally say like you're really after like understanding and like progress in like lesbian spaces. And
Right.
that's
and,
a lot
like,
to think
justice.
about. Yeah.
And those are important. That makes the world go round. That's the bedrock
Deeply important.
of the earth.
Hard
we
at
need
a
that
party.
Stuff. You can't just have like gays can't run anything. They can't.
You heard it
Lesbians
here.
get shit done. Like that's important.
Trademark. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, lesbianism is about like deep connection, healing wounds, healing
Totally.
together, growing together,
Yeah.
seeing each other in full.
Yeah. Okay, this is like probably one step too far, so feel free to be like, no. But do you feel like you could be in like a teaching or like bridge builder position? Like where you teach the lesbians to have fun and you teach the gays to fucking recycle?
This is so funny.
Is that the
I
future?
think
It's like you're the gay trans MLK. Like just like
you said that.
people
I
together.
never said that. Babette
Wow,
said
it's crazy that you said that, Jess, and that's now the
Babette said that.
title of the episode. I don't know what to say.
Babette said that. I think that it is part of my self-discovery journey, both as a dumb faggot and also just as an adult, to say, Allie, that I don't think that's my responsibility.
Yeah.
I think
That's a lot of labor.
I think people are
That's
gonna have to
real.
figure that out for themselves.
Totally. How are you treated on Grindr as like a transmasc person?
I have pretty good luck, although I really hear from a lot of people that Grindr and other gay sex apps are very singular to the experience of the person. And it can be really, really different, literally just depending on who you are and what you look like.
Mm.
Right.
So I do okay. But I'm also like a really skinny, twinky little Asian, you know, I'm like pretty close to like a cis Asian twink. Not that they do amazingly well in gay spaces either, but like I imagine I fall, like the people who are into me are really into me. And I'm a very, in certain ways, like very desirable / very fetishizable
Interesting.
kind of body. So I do all right. But I certainly believe that it's different for just depending on who you are.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. It's like the no fats, no femmes
Exactly,
thing.
exactly.
Is that still a thing? Do you see that? I don't know about that. Like, I'm not on Grindr, but
They don't say no fats anymore. They say like into fit only, which is the same thing.
Which is literally the same. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you had to kind of like,
that's crazy.
was there like a learning curve for like what you're looking for? I don't know. I just feel like my very limited experience with Grindr has been like getting a lot of very weird questions. And so I was like, oh, maybe this isn't for me. Anyone can message you. There's no like a matching mechanic where like you don't have to talk to like literally everybody on the app at once. So yeah, I was just curious how like other trans guys are like navigating that.
There is a learning curve, and I've changed the way that I do it. I used to care a lot more. What am I trying to say? I used to care a lot more to know if a guy had like experience with other trans guys. And then after a while of asking, because if I was like chatting with a guy, I thought he was cute, I would be like, oh, like, have you been with trans guys before? And then after doing that for a while, I found I was learning things I actually didn't want to know about them.
Wait, in what way?
I don't want to know that you fuck trans guys all the time, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Like, or that you're like a chaser. This is something that's interesting in my experience of like having sex with, what I'm saying in shorthand is having sex with men versus having sex with women.
Yeah.
Or having sex with faggots versus having sex with dykes. Is that with guys, the sex is the end game. And so I actually, in a lot of ways, I like don't want to know that much about them because I'm like, I don't want to know stuff that's going to make me like not want to have sex with you because I'm just like trying to fuck. Whereas like a woman, I'm like going to try to get to know.
Yeah. You're like, I need to respect you.
Yeah. And it's about like having like a deep, like intimate connection with another person. And I hate that it feels so very like cut and dry, very kind of bioessentialist, men versus women.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
So this is all like lightly a bit, but it is true. Yeah, so I found I didn't want to know that information anymore, so I stopped asking them that. Because I also find like if people are going to tell you something unsavory, they're just going to tell you, like no matter what. You don't really have to ask them. Yeah, and now I don't ask at all. I'm just like, yeah, if you're interested, I assume you like know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Or if you've never done it before, you're probably going to tell me, because they always tell you.
I wanted to pivot a tiny bit. And I was wondering how comedy has like been a vehicle for you to like think about your gender, or vice versa. Like how has processing your gender like changed or helped your comedy in different ways?
Wow, what a big question. Yeah, I feel like my comedy has gone through a few phases. I've also been in comedy about 10 years as well. And when I started out, I had like a really brief phase where I was already going by they pronouns in my personal life. But at that time, that was not a like commonly known thing at all. So I went through a really brief phase where I was like, okay, I'm going to have to like do comedy like as a cis lesbian because like that's what people understand. These are like the tropes and stereotypes that people understand. And then I stopped doing that and I started doing just comedy about being non-binary, which I dare to think was some of the first comedy that was happening in like straight clubs and stuff that was about that and about like they pronouns. And then more recently, yeah, I've been using comedy a lot to kind of process my transition. But it's hard because comedy is a little reductive. It like asks for a sort of reductive like way of explaining things. Like it loves like A versus B. It loves men are like this, women are like this. So
Right.
in some ways that's very useful to me because like I said, like that is kind of how I'm processing a lot of it. I wonder if that's not the best way to be thinking about it.
Totally. Do you feel like, yeah, because it's like a little bit yeah, more nuanced, so that's kind of pushing you in these kind of like extremes, or yeah. Have you met people like after shows that have been like, oh my gosh, you've put words to this thing that I've been like, have you feel like you've met a lot of like similar people?
Yeah, I have. And I've been very lucky, very, very lucky to meet a lot of really cool people who come to my shows and to have been around at this point for long enough to have people be like, oh, seeing you talk about this or this like years ago was like the first thing that made me start thinking about this, which is just a huge honor for me.
Yeah, that's super cool. I really wanted to talk to you because I do feel like when I first came out as non-binary, I feel like a lot of people like at my work and stuff knew of your comedy and would ask me about your comedy a lot. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So I always remembered.
You were like, who is this twerp?
Yeah, who's this future twink? But yeah, that's a really fun space to occupy. It feels like when you're kind of like in entertainment, a lot of stuff is like delayed and like a lot of your past material like lives on around you at all times. So have you ever felt stuck by like the clips of jokes, your jokes that no longer feel true to you being like around, or do you like that like a little scrapbook or like?
Oh my God. I have so much to say about the stand-up comedy clip economy.
Ooh.
In a way where I almost feel like the opposite. Like, I feel annoyed that I can't really go into my archive for clips and like mine it for clips because like I look different, I sound different, I'm talking about different stuff, and I'm like, that's not actually like the first self that I want to be like presenting to the world right now.
Whoa.
Like, it's not fair. Other people can do clips from 5 years ago and just use them, and then they're not burning their new material. I cannot do that.
They're in the
'cause
same
I
flannel
am
shirt.
different.
Yeah,
I know. It's not fair. Sometimes they look better in the past clip.
Yeah.
That's a privilege, actually.
Oh, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, so if you put together like a little reel or something like that, you're like, oh god, no. Like, it's
No, it
all
looks
gotta
weird.
be
Like,
the newest shit.
1.5 years ago, I looked different. I was different. And like a lot of like the person who I'm becoming, or at least the person I am right in this moment, only started happening like 2 years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
And I
Oh my
don't want to
gosh.
post my like early transition puffy face, like bad haircut. Like, I don't want people to see that.
This brings me to a topic I really wanted to touch on, which is like attractiveness and like confidence while transitioning. How has that felt for you on your journey through starting tea and to where you are now?
Well, I started November 2019, which was then shortly followed by this little thing called the pandemic.
The what?
Yeah, it's a big word for Elmo. So
gosh.
I had the massive privilege and joy of doing my first couple years of medical transition in the pandemic. And I was hardcore safe about that when we still felt like we could be safe. So I was like alone. I was by myself most of the time. So it was really interesting. It was a fully like solitary transition where I would go outside completely covered up and nobody even knew what I looked like. So only I knew what was happening, really. So in some ways that was good because I didn't have the opportunity really for anybody to reflect back to me that like I wasn't what I thought I was, because I was just alone by myself. As far as like literal attractiveness or like feeling attractive goes, I literally feel like I didn't become sexy until I started conceiving of myself as a faggot.
Interesting.
I never got it before. I used to feel really insecure in dyke spaces, in transmasc spaces, like looking around at all these like hot butches and hot masculine people and being like, how come? Like, why do I feel weird? Like, why do I feel like I can never do that like that?
Ooh, yeah, interesting.
And then I like became like a real life twink, and I was like, oh, I'm an amazing twink. I'm an incredible twink. I'm perfect at being a twink. I was bad at being a butch dyke. I'm good at being a twink.
And you just feel like you flourished.
Yes. Totally. I like bloomed. I blossomed. Yeah. And if you look at me, even just before that, even just like 2 years ago, like before I was having my like faggot renaissance, I look different. I'm dressing different. I look confused.
Ooh, yeah.
But you kind of got to do that like in private, it feels like. Is that right?
In private, yeah. And I had a girlfriend who was like the only person that I would see. So it was literally like I'm either by myself or I'm doing this sort of like dyke adjacent thing.
Yeah.
Totally. Oh, that's so interesting.
And even in that, I would feel insecure because I was like, I'm not strong. I'm not butch. I feel like I should be like showing up in a masculine way, like for my woman, in a way that like I just am not really. I just wasn't really doing.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I was going to say just like the idea is like you couldn't do that. And also like you didn't really want to do that. It's like faggotry is like a little bit of a different thing, you know? Like you were quote unquote failing at this thing like in your eyes that you like didn't really want to do. So yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
But I didn't understand that I was failing at it. I just was like, if I just try harder, if I just get a blacker t-shirt,
Yeah. A bigger carabiner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, totally. I can totally understand that like masculine pressure. Cause I think even, you know, I have a lot of cis guy friends that have come to that realization as well, where they're like, wow, I've really been trying to like be kind of like whatever we've decided is like very hot in like a masculine context of like big and tough. And you're just kind of like, oh, there's so much more to me that comes way more naturally than that. And I want to be this like prettier, softer thing and still be, you know, into who I'm into. Yeah.
Totally.
In conclusion, not all men, and it's hard for men too.
That's very cool that you were able to like kind of shed that and find like a really fun, true version of yourself.
Yeah, it's been fun, and I'm curious to see, because again, this is just what I would consider the very beginning of everything. So, I'm curious to see what else can happen.
Ooh, I love that because I feel like people love to think about transitioning as like, okay, and then you arrive and that's it, you know? But it's like, I love the way that you framed that, just like just being the beginning of things.
Life is the transition, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Jess, do you see yourself playing a twink in Hollywood?
I would love to be a toxic twink in Hollywood. I would love that. This thing that they're doing now, oh my God, where I feel like in the past couple years, they started doing this thing under sort of the guise of representation, where they brought back basically the catty gay assistant, which is just a trope from the 90s. It's like, that's not progressive. It's actually totally reductive. But what I'm saying is I would love to do that. And if anybody is casting for an evil gay secretary, I'm ready.
You would eat that up.
I could be a secretary, I could be an intern. You know, like the intern who's like, girl, that dress. Nobody needs that character, but I need to be that character.
Oh my God, yes.
You would eat that
You
up.
simply
Thank
would.
you. Thank you for believing in me.
Would that be your dream role, or how do you feel about like navigating H Wood as a fagot? How do you feel navigating Hollywood as a queer and trans person?
Okay, so this is interesting. This is actually something that I wanted to bring up with the two of you, which is that, okay, I love that you both are doing this and that you're doing it together because, frankly, there's a lot of like trans and gender podcasts out there, but a lot of them are pretty white.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like some out there, but I haven't seen a lot where it's like two people of different races doing a podcast about gender specifically.
I think that's really true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as you know, of course, our experiences of gender are very racialized and are really different. And I think that sometimes people, and especially white people, don't realize that that is the case. I think that sometimes like we get sold this sort of like trans experience or like transmasc experience when that's not how it manifests in real life. To bring it back to your question about Hollywood and casting. So something I am navigating is I feel like I'm not getting considered for casting the same way that white trans guys who are kind of like my same type or like same body type or similar affect are getting considered for casting. There's like a time I think about in particular when someone I know and this is like, oh, white, transmasculine, non-binary person, I would say we have fairly similar gender presentations, like faggy and like pretty and like skinny. We had both got auditions for the same show. It was actually, okay, I think I can say this because this is not happening anymore. It was the CW's Powerpuff Girls.
Wow.
And this person got an audition for Mojo Jojo, and I got an audition for Buttercup. It was a couple years ago, so I was like earlier in my transition, I guess. And like it was a pandemic, so I like had long hair. Although I don't think they knew that, like when they called me in for that, because like none of the pictures of me have long hair. But like to me, that seemed like a pretty clear example of like, okay, here's me and this other person, and I think that we're the same. And there's one key difference between us, which is race. That person is white and I'm Asian. And in these people's eyes, that person is a man and I'm a woman.
Totally.
Yeah,
So
do you feel like
I-
it's almost like you have to pick one thing?
Well, it's not that I have to pick because
Yeah,
I'm not the
yeah.
one picking.
Yeah.
No, totally.
It's like they don't know what to
They
do.
don't know what to do. So a couple of years ago, I auditioned for a show that was in development about an older gay man who befriends a young trans guy. And I, of course, was auditioning for the young trans guy. And then the casting came out that the gay man, they cast Cal Penn. And when I found that out, I was like, oh, okay, well, like, I'm never going to get this part now because Cal Penn is South Asian. And I was like, why would they're never going to cast me also. Or, like, frankly, probably any person of color. I was like, they did that, and then now they're going to get a white guy to do this younger trans guy role. And maybe they cast him so that they could get a young white guy. And then the show didn't end up going, so, like, I don't know what happened with that, but, like, that's sort of my experience trying to navigate casting as, like, a Asian transmasculine person.
The, like, Black feminists saying that's like, all the women are white and all the Black people like are not
Totally.
or something. It's like you can't be both. You can't be both things.
Totally.
Our representation of transmascness is this like white, skinny.
Mm-hmm.
We all know the trope type of thing. So.
And it's crazy because, like, I don't think I'm so far off of that trope.
You're like, I'm very desirable.
I was just,
actually.
I mean, not, but I mean, insofar as I'm like, you know, like I went to private schools, I'm like middle class, you know, like I'm not even that far off of like the beaten path here. I'm a 5th generation American. Like, this is what I talk like. This is what I sound like. But it's a little too weird for people. So we'll see. I mean, whatever, we're all on strike right now. So we'll see what happens when we get back.
Yeah, totally. Well, Jess, thank you so much. Are there places online that people can find you should you wish to be found?
Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram at Jess the Kid. That's JES the Kid. And on Elon Musk's Twitter, aka X, at Jess Tom. That's JESTOM. And I'm going to be performing my hour-long show, Less Lonely, presented by Elliot Page, in Toronto, September 28th and 29th, as part of JFL Toronto. So if you check me out on Instagram or Twitter, you can find a link to tickets to that. And yeah, hopefully see y'all in the real world.
I am so just like, what does 35-minute sex look like? Because part of that sounds super affirming, but part of that is also just putting me right back to like college or high school when I was just like having bad performative sex. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels complicated. I'm just like, is that satisfying? But I could totally see it. I think if I was like playing a certain role, that could be like very satisfying. But I'm just like, oh, am I just gonna get like fucked by these dudes for like 20 minutes? I don't know. Like, that's crazy. Like,
very hard to imagine that. I don't think I've ever had 35-minute sex, like with a stranger. That seems, it seems very like missing very important preamble.
I know. I'm just like, maybe I'm too much of a lesbian for my own good.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I can't even picture that. It's like, so funny. Well, it's also, okay, this is the embarrassing thing, which is that like, I'm like, my partner gives me shit for this. I'm like kind of like demisexual, and like my partner's always like, "Oh, so you gotta like read a book to like fall in love." And it's like a little, like, it's not embarrassing. I think it just feels very like early Tumblr gay, but it's like I'm like horny for people's personality.
Yeah,
totally. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, I need to know you're a little weirdo. Like, I can't, you know, if you're just like normal.
Yes. Wait, but also I feel like there's something going on with me too, where I don't actually feel comfortable like hooking up with someone unless I do really know them, or else I have to kind of like click into this like performativeness. Yes, totally. Yeah, I think so too.
We're just all demisexual. Slay. But I think it's also just kind of normal. I don't know. Like, I kind of hate this label because I'm just like, why do I sound like I'm going back to conservative values? Like, yeah, sorry, I need to know someone before I let them in my pants. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm monogamous and I need to know you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like, obviously no tea, no shade to like anybody's sexual preferences, but I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of what I need. Otherwise, it's just, yeah, it is going to be a performance. Like, for me to actually be present in my body, like, that takes a certain level of like knowing that you're not a serial killer.
Yeah, but
like knowing that you're not going to murder me.
You know what though? Honestly, for me, it's like not even serial killer. It's like, I need to know that you don't have like a really basic lens on like beauty and hotness for me to feel comfortable like hooking up with you. Like, cause then I feel very like performative or like I have to be a certain way. It's like, I need to feel like relaxed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do feel like Jess enjoys their time on Grindr and in those spaces. So it's fun to talk to someone who's like an advocate for the 35-minute hookup and then Boba's solo walk, you know?
Yeah. I love that Boba was their priority. They're like, I need to make it in time for Boba. I don't know. I feel like Jess is like making being gay fun again. Yeah. Where it's just like, you can be like dumb and like fun and like just have like fun and like, you know, step into that. And that's not exactly my ministry, but I do love having a night where I feel like I'm maybe like stepping into that or something, or like, you know, so that I feel like that's the fun of like queer and trans looking so many different kinds.
Totally. I know I've like friends who are in like a band that's all women, and my friend who's like the lead singer was saying that all the interviews and stuff are about like, so as a band of women, like, how is it? And she's just kind of like, it's so annoying that I have to answer those questions. And then guys, their questions are like, I heard you butt chugged a beer and jumped off a, you know, and it's like all these like, it's just like, oh, you were having fun. Like, and so I kind of feel like that's fun for someone like Jess, where it's just like, oh, you just get to have fun and you don't have to like think too much about it and just like,
no, exactly.
Let loose and like be free.
Gender Spiral is an original podcast from Audiation. This episode was mixed by Matt Noble, and music is composed by Chanel Critchlow, with art by Joey Hahn and graphics by Honey Hodges. This show is executive produced by Ireland Meacham, myself, Babette Thomas, my co-host Allie Beardsley, and Sandy Smullins, with additional story editing from me. Huge thank you to our guest Jess Tom. You can find their social media and website in the show notes.
If you like the show, please head over to patreon.com/genderspiralpodcast to support us for $2 a month, or subscribe to a higher tier for bonus content, special monthly postcards, and even free tote bags.
You can also check us out at genderspiralpod.com, where you'll find a link to leave us a voicemail to ask us questions, tell us who you want to hear from, and what you want to hear about on the show. And follow us on Instagram. It's at genderspiral. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast to stay tuned. We're releasing a brand new episode every single week this summer.
Tune in next week to Gender Spiral,
where you never have to spiral alone.
Audiation.